knock down all the pins at once.
Do you want to see?
momentum to knock down all the pins at once. Now that would be cool.
Hello everyone. How you doing? Hope you're doing fine. Whenever the time is that you're looking at this, I hope you are doing great. Here's the next installment in what's in my Steam library, where I purchase some games or go over games that I haven't gathering dust in my Steam library for years. We just did Manifold's Garden, and now is the time to explore a new game, The Forgotten City. Now, when I say new game, I mean totally new for me. I go in totally blind. I've got no idea what this game is all about, except for the trailer, which I think we could watch together. Now, I'll pop up the Steam description. The Forgotten City, a game from 2021. I've bought it, I think, yeah, as you can see, I've got 0 hours on record. Bought it, I think, 2 months ago. Just by the looks of the trailer, I thought, okay, this is puzzle, adventure, mystery, exploration. It ticks all the right boxes. Also, I'm a big fan of archaeology, so yeah, I needed to get my hands on that one. Let's see the description itself. It's a narrative-driven time loop adventure in ancient Rome. Discover the ruins of an ancient underground city, travel 2,000 years into the past, and unravel the mystery of who destroyed it by cleverly exploiting the power to wind back time. The fate of the city is in your hands. Now, that description made me think of, I think it's a mod or a Steam Workshop add-on, something like that, of Portal. There was a Portal 2 mod where you could open portals that would travel through time. You go to Black Mesa, like brand new facility run by GLaDOS, to Black Mesa in the future where nature broke down some parts of the puzzle which you couldn't do, but opened up new alleys towards the puzzle. Like a pool of water would be there in the past but not in the future, which means that you can cross it. Stuff like that. I think this is what this game is all about. Let's see the trailer for ourselves.
Let me begin with a question. Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong?
If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die.
As you can see by that last shot, it's got like 9 out of 10s out of the whole thing. Now, I know GameSpot, I know IGN, I know Gaming Nexus. I don't think I know the rest. So especially those 10 out of 10s upstairs, I tend to not really believe them. I mean, Forspoken just got 9.5 out of 10 of some people. Now, I haven't played Forspoken, so my advice is best taken with a grain of salt. But I trust reviewers that say that it's not one of the best games we will see this year. Now, The Forgotten City, I mean, it's really escaped my prism. I haven't seen it until some months ago, and I wanted to hop in. And this is exactly what we will do. Let's go over to the game. I booted it up. We'll put the sound back. It's already very satisfying. Oh, same music as in the trailer. Yes, I want to apply it. Alright, let's see if there's any AZERTY to QWERTY thing going on. That clink is not really the most satisfying sound ever. Yes, I am not a QWERTY gamer. There we go. Alright, the rest should do. And let's just see if everything is up to speed here. Overall quality epic, exactly as we wanted. Alright, let's hop in a new game. Three people over the course of 4 years makes me think of Senua, which is also a very, very small team, and which was an awesome game. If you haven't played Senua. But I'll shut up now and let you enjoy.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, Wanna tell me who you are?
That sounds like something ancient.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
Down, down, down by the river. I'm waiting on Baldur's Gate 3, people. So hard. Now, searching for ancient ruins. Definitely, that sounds like me. Covert mission, run from the law, barely remember anything. The three others sound like me on a hangover morning. I was searching for ancient ruins. I'm an archaeologist.
Oh, you're an archaeologist?
Yep.
Then you'll definitely want to hear this.
Do I?
I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what.
So you're sending
There's
me
no
instead.
way I'm leaving without him. So I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him.
That is a better turn of
If
phrase.
you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Mind if I ask some questions first? Yes, we barely met, lady, and you're already saying you need to go find my friend because I won't move.
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. I just... What do you want to know?
Yeah, who is that guy, Al?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two
he's-
knew each other.
He's not even a
I guess not.
friend.
But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
What's your story?
There's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
Maybe. I don't really know my past, so I don't know if I know what you mean. It seems from the coin that the character I play is Roman, so might not have known the whole life in a dead-end job, depending on what side of the economy she ended up.
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
I'm not gonna push.
Look, if you really want to know all the tragic details, perhaps I can fill you in after you find Al? Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
But where are
You really
we?
don't remember? We're in Italy.
Oh, by the
This river is
Tiber.
the Tiber.
Yep, this is Roman indeed. Tiber is a river that flows through Rome. Wait, I'm questioning my own geography here. Tiber, Rome, right? The river rises and drives past Perugia and Rome. All right. That's all the questions I had.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
Well, I am an archaeologist, but they always said it was like some great mission to advance the science of archaeology and fill musea back home and make themselves very, very rich in golden artifacts plundered from... Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm just
My
gonna
hero.
keep an eye on him.
The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Alright. Oh. Pressed on the wrong button to be able to drag it. Okay, let's get my bearings. Oh, there's motion blur. Bye-bye, motion blur. Video. Bye-bye. And the field of view, I think we can crank it up. Yes. Alright, this will feel more natural. Looking over at your screen, what you see,
The ruins are just beyond those columns.
I think there is still some field of view problem. 104 maybe.
Please, hurry.
Or maybe it's less. I'm sorry, I just wanted to make it perfect. Let's go with 96. Alright, perfect. So, use the mouse wheel to raise your flashlight. Okay. I don't have any battery indication, so I think it's endless battery, at least I hope. Okay. Quite a mysterious beginning. You're flowing down the river, you meet a stranger that doesn't want to tell you her name, but tells you to go look for some owl that also floated down the river. Drag, examine, item. Hiking clothes, empty food packets. But it still seems strange that they left it behind. Wait, maybe there's some indication on it? Nothing. He had some climbing gear, I think. Just gonna leave it there. There's a note on the door.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise.
Sounds promising.
The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain. For this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time?
I did not expect that.
Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or
Oops.
a warning. Al Worth.
It's beautiful. Those statues in the corner are kind of creepy, and the bioluminescence looks cool. Torches are lit. All the braziers are lit. They're quite afraid. Oh. No one? There's no one here. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Beautiful mosaic. There's no statue here. Could she be? It looks like she went from there to there. So, did they all commit a sin? Roman gladiator, mid-stride. What could have made a gladiator flee? Begging for her life. Oh wow, it's all a big underground cave. Thanks for the reminder. I'll save right now. I don't know if you can see it on the stream, but it's within a big ass cave. That is beautiful. temple on top that crest. An aqueduct bringing water to... There must be some village down there. They seem to have known utter panic. I mean, I could jump, I guess. Go sit down there in the water by myself, but I won't. Now, the first question I couldn't answer, miss. I don't know who I am. Oh. But the second one, why am I here? Find precious artifacts. Oh. Did he hang himself? Or was he hung up? And that's a weird place to tie a rope. Poor Al. It says it must be Al. This seems like a ritualistic thing, but so... How and who put all that fire everywhere?
Whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. In here, there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now. Find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Well. The game thought about it. Nice. Alright. Here goes nothing. Oh, where's the TARDIS? We must be seeing a TARDIS in there. A jump of 2,000 years in the past. But I've got a feeling we come from that past. Alright. Oh, wow. Alright, it wasn't always in a big cave. It wasn't sunken in at first.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
So it's not like they have strangers coming in all the time. They don't really know about Al, I think.
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine?
Alright, Monsieur Propre, alright. I think this will not be the right way to go. I'm just saying that I got lost. Are you speaking English? Yeah, definitely what I hear is English, so that's a wasted question, I think. Or maybe the word English doesn't mean anything to him.
What? I'm speaking
Exactly.
Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you and what are you doing in that shrine?
Oh, such a nice man. Well, I got lost.
Oh, is that right? Well, just make sure you don't get lost in any other sacred places you're not supposed to be. Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now? But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Most people, when they get here, they are confused. So there is this stream, this arrival of people in this Roman city.
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule. And the punishment for breaking it's... well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Alright, lead the way.
Hey, when I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now.
I'm sorry, I'm just astonished. Press E to follow your guide. The same speed. Mwah.
No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
So there are
Aren't you going
20.
to introduce me to your pretty new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking her to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics.
There was a
I'd
golden
stay
statue
clear of
there.
it, and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Ah, don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
I don't think I have the leverage to say I don't think so. No reason to say that, so alright, lead the way. Asking the foot soldier what's it all about, magistrate will tell me.
Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. Wow. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective.
Mm-hmm.
We call it decimation.
Mm-hmm.
If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the golden rule is exactly 10 times worse.
So, everybody
I
dies.
can explain the rest. He's up these stairs.
Wow, what a story. Absolutely true of some legions, by the way, should you ever doubt it. There were legions who really decimated.
Whatever are you wearing?
Yeah, I don't know, what am I wearing? Can't see my legs. There were legions who absolutely decimated, no pun intended, because that's the origin of the word, their troops for the crimes of the collective. 10 times worse means everybody dies, right?
This place has become a thoroughfare.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of Athena. You must be a woman of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
I'm an archaeologist. This is an archaeologist's wet dream. It is beautiful.
More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Can't say I have, although it would depend on your definition of sin. Because throughout the times, and especially in Roman times, sins were defined by whom again? Is it a sin to be convicted that there's only one God when you've got a whole pantheon, you Romans? I mean, yes, I think the word sin, by the way, didn't exist in ancient Roman language. Sin is something that appeared with Catholics. But I digress. I can't say I have.
Nor could I, until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions.
I do.
Please, ask away.
That is, I think, my first and foremost question. What counts as a sin here?
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
don't know if he answered the question. What about bribery, slavery, whatever he mentioned? What about those? He said I had to make a decision, the harshest standard, so that means all of that is forbidden. Lying to someone is forbidden. But what about that woman who had visions? She claimed to have visions. Those visions, if they don't come true or are misinterpreted, would that count as lying? Would she be branded a liar? And who upholds the standards of justice? Who makes the final decision that the woman is definitely a liar because she has visions? It's an interesting debate, and I'm glad that the game didn't fall into the category of not defining it, of just saying like, yeah, sin is forbidden, I guess you can't do anything. I think it goes really in depth. What is legal isn't always moral, and what many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from. Now, that joins what I was thinking at the beginning of the discussion. I think I'm gonna test this.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric.
I am gonna say, I went to Gortin, which is on the island of Crete, and in Gortin, there is this code of laws that is written on a wall, written in ancient Greek. And the translation of that gave such insight into the fact that ancient civilizations had very, very strong moral codes, exactly what he's saying. They were not barbaric. In those code of laws, a woman could have ownership. A slave could buy his own freedom, provided he had, of course, the money enough to buy it. So there was still room for exploitation, but he still had the right to legal representation, still had the right to a free interpret should he not speak Greek. I mean, they were very advanced. And I wager those laws were more advanced than what we have had in some parts of the Middle Ages. And don't women have fewer rights than men? I know that's not the case in Roman civilization. Don't you persecute Christians, though? That's true.
You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year?
That was propaganda.
Hard to blame people for being angry about that.
And there was Christian propaganda about the fact that Nero would have allegedly played violin during that burning of Rome. Now, I don't know the full details, but yeah, it's propaganda. Don't you practice collective punishment, exactly what the decimation was all about?
Are you talking about our practice of decimation?
Yes.
Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
That is not an answer, though. About the fact that we're talking about barbaric. Blood sports for entertainment.
But our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm.
I see the harm with one word. Almost all volunteers, almost. Where I'm from, we consider those things to be abhorrent.
Right now, you're a long, long way from home. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
They were 22, right? With 3 that were missing. I'm the 23rd. What did you mean when you said Proserpina?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
So, mystery solved, right? You're right. I'm 2,000 years in the future.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us?
Ouch, 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 ouch.
City.
Tell him the truth. Yes, he seems to uphold the law by very harsh and strict standards. Yes, he's got his ways. He means well. We know that Al took his time. He said how long? Years and years on end to try to revert the catastrophe that was happening. We are at the premise of that catastrophe. We need to prevent it to go home. I think. Yeah, let's be forthwith.
I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
If I do this, will you help me get back to my
If I
time?
understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
I think so. I think so. But let's be wary of time paradoxes for a moment. 'Cause if I free your city of whatever catastrophe is coming, your city will be able to survive for a little longer, which means it will impact the flow of time, which means I won't be able to exist, which means if I don't exist, I can't come back to free your city of the flow of time and catastrophe. It all depends on our vision of time travel, and for that I refer you to people who have thought about this a lot more than I did. I'm just gonna say, sure, why not? Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that to a magistrate. Tell me what you really think. No, fair enough. I don't want to be biased by his opinion. Why can't you investigate?
I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election.
Right. That's what the bar woman was talking about.
My curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. That's all the questions I had.
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the Golden Rule?
It doesn't seem like I have much choice. I am in. I am in.
Wonderful. Now, I I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it will win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
Yes, it would be a shame if I were the one to commit your original sin.
Oh, and one last thing. If I
by
may,
thieving into
I'd start
people's
my
houses.
Investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. It seems like something's not right.
Get right on it. Oh, I can't open his own documents. Okay, alright, let's see. We can jump. Alright, so we do have freedom of movement. That's cool. Well, it's with a bird's call in our ears. This beautiful music and a beautiful sight on a city sunken in golden sunlight that we are about to say goodbye. I'll save here. And I will wish you all who have seen the VOD and people in the chat here a very, very, very nice week until next Wednesday. I think we're gonna play the rest of this. It is a nice experience, and I'm happy to see the puzzles that it will pose and the mystery it will pose.